This video is dedicated to Julian McMahon. Fantastic Four was released in 2005, directed by Tim Story, and it starred Ioan Gruffudd, Michael Chiklis, Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, and Julian McMahon. And this movie just had its 20th anniversary on Tuesday. Wow, 20 years. That's crazy. And we're getting a new one in a couple weeks. So, yeah, as anybody expects from this channel now, I'm mainly just a review series guy because my theater doesn't get as many new releases as I would like them to. So here we are with a Fantastic Four review series. I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie. I really, really love it. Even to this day, I just love it. So let's go ahead and jump into this review, starting off with the good. And really, the best thing about this movie is the castings for these characters. Ioan Gruffudd leads this movie as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. And I thought that he was really good. I thought that he really captured the look of the character. He looks a lot like classic Reed Richards. And I really enjoyed the intellect that he brings to this character. It really feels like intellectual Reed Richards, so really enjoyed him. Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, really spot on casting. Him and the one I'm about to mention are easily the best castings in this movie. He brings the sarcastic personality, the cocky, arrogant playboy to Johnny Storm that we know Johnny Storm to have. I really enjoy what Chris Evans does here, and he even came back in Deadpool and Wolverine for a small cameo, so really enjoyed having him there. My favorite casting, however, in this movie is Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm, the Thing. Everything about this casting is absolutely perfect, spot on, 100%. I love it to death. He captures the kind-hearted nature of Ben Grimm, and also the emotionally scarred version from becoming a rock monster, pretty much. I really enjoyed what Michael Chiklis brought to this character. Now, some people might not like this next one, but I really enjoyed Julian McMahon as Victor Von Doom, or as he comes to be known in the later on in the movie as Doctor Doom. I really enjoyed him. Now, he doesn't feel like classic Victor Von Doom. He's not a dictator. He doesn't live in Latveria. He kind of feels more like Norman Osborn in a way, especially with Norman Osborn's character arc in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, where he's being kicked out of his company. But I still think that this is a good enough version of Doctor Doom, and it's the best we've gotten so far. And honestly, I don't know about Robert Downey Jr.'s casting, so this might still be the best we've ever gotten. We'll see December next year, but I really enjoy what he did here. I really enjoy the hatred that he has for Reed Richards. That's very much in keeping with the comic books. And I really enjoyed the look of the character. Once he finally puts the mask on, he gets the cloak, it looks like Victor Von Doom. So I can appreciate what Julian McMahon brought to this character. And I'm not just saying this because Julian McMahon passed away last weekend. I'm saying this because I really enjoy this performance. And aside from the characters, the story here is pretty good. It's your basic run-of-the-mill origin story, but you're handling an origin story for 4 heroes and 1 villain. And honestly, I feel like it's handled pretty well. You got these characters, they go up into space, they're exposed to radiation, they come back, they start discovering they have superpowers, and they're in the process of figuring out how to handle their powers. Maybe there's a cure for it. I really enjoyed that storyline, and the whole family dynamic, the dysfunction in the family, because they really don't want to live together and learn their powers, especially Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm. They really do not like each other. I really enjoyed the family dynamic. It was very entertaining. The action is really good. I really love the action here, especially the third act. One of my favorite third acts in comic book movies. It's a little tame compared to some other comic book movie third acts, even for comic book movies from this era. But I still really, really enjoyed the third act, especially when they're all using their powers to stop Doctor Doom. Really fun moment there. And then there's the score in this movie. I really enjoyed the score. Again, it's not going into the Mount Rushmore of superhero movie scores, but it's still a fun score. And also, because I grew up in the 2000s, I just love the cheesy 2000s vibe of this movie with Mountain Dew and Xbox and Burger King ads all throughout the movie. It just feels like a 2000s movie, and I just really love that. That's all for the good. On to the bad. And there's just one casting I'm just not a fan of here, and that is Jessica Alba as Sue Storm. And I don't even blame Jessica Alba for this because she did her best with what she was given. But it feels like they wrote the other three of the four to be well fleshed out characters, and even Doctor Doom. But then when it came to Invisible Woman, Tim Story just decided to be a horn dog and write 2 or 3 scenes where she's got to take her clothes off to get away from somebody or get through a crowd. And her character just feels flat and shallow because of that. They do improve her a little bit in the sequel, but yeah, I'm not a fan of this character in this specific movie. Also, the pacing for this movie. This is an hour 45 minutes, and it can feel a little cumbersome when we're not focusing on the hero aspect of these characters. But that's about it. On to the final thoughts. I still really love this movie. 20 years later, it's still a fantastic movie for me, no pun intended. I just really, really enjoy what they did here. Fantastic Four is still a fun movie. I love it to death. I am super nostalgic for it, and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on Fantastic Four. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you have seen it. Are you excited for the first steps coming up in a couple weeks? I certainly am. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.